Welcome back, everybody. Now today, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going over how to beat the May 2021 event quest on uncollected difficulty. Now, this event quest, in my opinion, has been the hardest in a good 6 months, and I think Apocalypse and Professor X were harder than Shang-Chi and Mr. Negative. However, the path to get up to them was also very hard. But then again, on the APOC Professor X one, you did have a really annoying magic boss. But anyway, so like I always say in every single event quest guide video, for uncollected difficulty, you always want to go the global nodes path, no arguments or anything. Just go that path, and then once you arrive at the boss, this guide will be basically all about bosses. You will have a annoying Spider-Man classic. Now, the only real reason this guy is annoying is because of the fact of bullet time, special 1 bias, and enhanced special 1. So special 1 bias makes him purposely throw the SP1 now, 1 more. And enhanced special 1 is, and enhanced special 1 makes the special 1 unblockable. Thankfully, the two webs part are not unblockable, and they are blockable. However, the the punches at the end, they are unblockable. So that can be a little bit annoying. Just try to push him to the SP2. He does have Power Snack, which can be actually a little bit help you if you're trying to push him to the SP2. But bullet time, anytime the defender is stunned, so basically at every parry, he gains an evade charge, so the next attack you throw that he is not stunned, he will evade. So yeah, that can get pretty annoying. But overall, that boss is probably the most straightforward, or second most straightforward in this whole event quest. Probably the Kingpin at the beginning of Chapter 2 is the easiest. Alright, but now let's move on to the second quest, Set in Motion. Chapter 1, Quest 2. Remember, go the global nodes path. So for this, I forgot to mention, counters for Spider-Man Classic, Mordo, Ghost, and Quake. If you use Ghost and Quake perfectly, you'll never get touched. Mordo can block unblockable attacks. So yeah, that's always a little bit nice. Alright, so now it's time to move on to this Hitmonkey. And nothing too bad here. It is a little bit annoying, the buffed up node. Which is where when you have under 3 buffs on you, you cannot deal damage to them. But I've thought out a lot of counters to this node. Venom, Hyperion, Medusa, Hitmonkey, Angela, Colossus, and Captain Marvel movie. Now you may be thinking some people are not high buff champions like Colossus and Captain Marvel movie, but her binary and all those armor ups, even though they're the same thing, they don't have to be different things. They don't have to be different buffs. They all work as long as there's 3 different buffs. Doesn't matter if they're stacked or anything like that. Other than that, I don't think anything too big. If you don't have any of those people upgraded, do not worry about it, because they do gain, every single time you parry, you do gain a Fury, which counts as a buff, so you won't really need to worry about that. But yeah, I forgot to read the notes there, and I was very confused, so just make sure to read the notes, or else they can really throw you off. Alright, but now it's time to move on to the most basic quest, or at least the most basic quest in my opinion, which is the third quest. The boss is Kingpin. Now, Kingpin is very straightforward. You just need a good counter, and there are a bunch of good counters. Otherwise, he's just very straightforward. And for a counter, you want somebody who can nullify the unstoppable. So basically, any mystic, almost any mystic, or somebody with slow. So She-Hulk, Spider-Man Stealth Suit, Captain America Infinity War, Yellow Jacket, Sorcerer Supreme, Red Guardian, Spider-Gwen, whoever will work for this. But yeah, you just don't really want them going unstoppable. But yeah, and you don't really want to get hit because then you'll get inflicted with poison. And there is power struggle on this, which can get a bit annoying. So just don't rely on somebody who needs the special attacks to put the slow on. And if you do, just play it carefully. But yeah, the special one is ideally what you want to bait out since it's much easier. But yeah, and yeah, the power focus will help you keep him at the SP1 because he gains more when going to the SP1, and when above the SP1 he gets 80% less power gain. Alright, but now it's time to move on to the next quest. And yeah, the next quest is with a Hood boss. Now the Hood is somebody who's not terrible as a defender. However, he's not like through the roof. He's not like Thing or Apocalypse or Doctor Doom or anything like that. But yeah, remember, go the global nodes path. And Quake, I forgot to put these on the list, but Ghost would actually probably work really well for this fight. Quake you might struggle a little bit more with, but yes, Quake could also work. Not really if you're Quake and Baking, but if you're Quake and Shaking, you should do fine because Bubble Shield might get in your way just a tiny bit. Brute Force, just make sure to keep hitting them. Arc Overload, this was the main thing this is the main thing about this boss. Just bring in somebody who can reverse the heal. The people I listed out is reverse or stop the heal. So I listed out Warlock, Void, Captain America Infinity War, although I think he needs the tech synergy. Guillotine 2099, She-Hulk, or Yellow Jacket because they can all either reverse or stop the heal. But yeah, overall this guy is pretty straightforward. Just bring in a regen counter, and if you don't have a regen counter, just try to find somebody who can out damage them. A ramp up champion, make sure to ramp them up throughout the fight. I think it activates every 20 seconds it activates, and it regens 25%. And yeah, like a lot of those people actually, you activate the Petrify with the SP2, so just make sure to time that out correctly. Alright, but now it is time to move on to the final chapter, by far the hardest part of this event quest. I think we can all agree. I know some people struggled on Mr. Negative, forgot his name for a second. I really struggled on Shang-Chi. Mr. Negative wasn't too bad, but Shang-Chi's nodes were just crazy for me. I just could not handle paying attention to so much. Alright, but yeah, I think they should nerf that. Okay, but yeah, I'm just trying to find the boss right here. Alright, but for Shang-Chi, let's look at the nodes. Hard Knock Life, so that can get annoying after a little bit of time. So you don't really want to take blocked hits, and there's another reason you do not want to take blocked hits, and that is Vital Strikes. When the defender strikes an attacker's block, the defender regenerates 500% of the damage dealt, and this guy has a very high damage output, especially since all the defender's attacks are guaranteed crits. So yeah, that does also enhance the damage. I know you can't crit through a block, but still, it does enhance the damage. So yeah, you just have to be very careful about them not hitting to your block. I had to use Revive on this guy because of the hit into the block. I just couldn't out damage that. But yeah, this guy is just so challenging. And another reason is because of the Now You See Me node, and every 10 seconds you get a falter debuff on you. And then also every 10 seconds he gains Unstoppable for 2 seconds. So the problem with this fight, and the reason this fight is so hard, is just because you have to be careful of so much, and you have just so much to pay attention to that it's really crazy. And it gets really annoying. But yeah, if the Unstoppable is gone, then you have the Falter, and you just can't take blocked hits. And yeah, it's just crazy. So I really suggest getting good at intercepting. I will be posting a video on it in a few days. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like Wednesday or Thursday or something. I think Thursday. But yeah, overall, this guy was just crazy for me. And Hard Knock Life is also very annoying because he lowers your block proficiency. Another reason why Vital Strikes comes into play, because the less block proficiency you have, the more damage he's going to do through the block. The more damage he does, the more health he regens. And yeah, they just made this fight very hard. But I like how they combined so many nodes to all link together, like Hard Knock Life, Bob and Weave, and Vital Strikes. Those are all together for a reason. But yeah, overall this fight was crazy hard. Do not feel bad if you struggle on it. I really struggled on it. If you watch the stream, you know that. Alright, yeah, but that stream came out like 2 days ago. And alright, but now it is time to move on to the very last quest, the Puppetmaster. Oh yeah, I forgot to name Shang-Chi counters. Basically any mystic to stop the Unstoppable, and anybody who applies slow to stop the Unstoppable. And remember, those people are Spider-Man Stealth, Yellow Jacket, She-Hulk, Red Guardian, Sorcerer Supreme, and Spider-Gwen. Alright, but yeah, let's move on to the final boss of the whole thing. Yeah, this not sure how to pronounce it. I think it's another language. I'm not really sure, but it's basically Mixmaster, but instead of them evading, they gain prowess, which is really annoying for more nodes that are linked to it. Heal block, that's not a big deal. Limber, I was worried when I first saw Limber, but then when I saw it was 0.10 seconds, I was like, that's like not that big of a deal. But yeah, you just want to be careful about how many parries you do. Footloose, this is a node. I've experienced it a couple times. It's actually one of my favorite nodes to deal with since it's just a lot of fun. I don't know why I really like it. But after they use a special attack for 7 seconds, they gain they gain a Unstoppable and evade, and they can evade. No matter if they have evade and Unstoppable, it's just they have it for 7 seconds. And yeah, each evade charge, the evade, they have 25% each time. But yeah, every time you knock them down, he does gain an evade charge, which is really annoying. But yeah, this guy is also just so annoying because of his abilities. He can put shoot, I cannot remember the debuff's name. Emma Frost has it. It makes like all your abilities reversed. So like if you dash forward, you'll dash back. If you dash back, you'll dash forward. And yeah, it's just very hard to pay attention to. And his special attacks are crazy. I couldn't even process them when I was doing the stream and fighting him the first time. But yeah, this event quest was probably the hardest in at least 6 months. It may even be harder than Professor X Apocalypse. But yeah, like the main the whole thing, the way to counter Footloose is slow. Slow stops Unstoppable and evade, nothing more, nothing less. Footloose activates evade and Unstoppable, nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, if you can time it out perfectly, then you have then yeah, you're doing really good. However, you really want to pay attention to when you always want to have a slow on them. So always just keep throwing heavy attacks. And yeah, but slow is meant to counter Footloose. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure to comment new videos you want to see. I am always looking for new ones. Make sure to follow the Instagram. It tells you a lot about my MCOC account and my channel. And yeah, if you want to watch more of me, I post every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care. See you guys later.